Welcome back to another episode of Letting the Dust Settle. Today we're talking about James Donald Bowman, or better known as JD Vance. He is someone who I've been interested in for some time now because his life truly resembles the modernized version of the American dream, but there are just a few things that just seem really off about the guy. No reason to give a full biography since he wrote his own autobiography, Hillbilly Elegy, but going from troubled kid with family issues to then the military to then Ohio State and Yale Law, it shows me that he has good discipline and is a pretty intelligent guy, so we gotta give some respect there. I hate it when people try to dunk on him for his military experience. Yes, he was just a journalist, but that's the most wannabe Twitter finger type statement I've ever heard. You're just the type of person who just doom scrolls on Twitter all day and probably doesn't contribute much to society anyways. So overall, JD Vance's background is pretty prototypical of what you'd expect from a vice president of the United States. Military background, went to Yale Law, and then worked at a VC with Peter Thiel, which that's where it all starts. Behind every great politician, there's a sussy billionaire in the background just pulling all of the strings. Now, we can't blame JD Vance with this one. He's just some young guy from the Midwest who's just trying to advance his career, and Peter Thiel, who's also a Yale alum, probably saw something special in Vance. My guess is that he saw someone who can be controllable and can be a frontman for reaching the middle of America audience. With such a uniquely different background than most of his classmates, JD Vance would be a prime pick. Almost like Peter Thiel saw a horse at a derby show when starting a new VC firm focusing on the Midwest and technology. To get you guys up to speed, Peter Thiel is a Silicon Valley oligarch who wants to escape accountability and replace democracy with technocratic control. Peter Thiel's wet dream future consists of anti-aging drugs and floating cities on the ocean that exist outside the bounds of government. Also, may I remind everyone that Peter Thiel co-founded Palantir, which was just some out-of-the-blue big data analytics firm with contracts with the CIA, NSA, FBI, and the Department of Defense. I mean, it can't get more big brother than this, but also this is the crux of my argument here. Even though JD Vance is a man who touts himself as a devout Christian, he continuously aligns himself with anti-Christian agents. From his main business partner and super PAC funder to his Hindu wife, as well as the Israeli state. My issue with folks who put on performative acts as Christians, whether it's Charlie Kirk, Jordan Peterson for some time, as well as of course Donald Trump, but for our case JD Vance, is that their actions completely contradict the faith that they're trying to sell to the public, and they ultimately become snake oil salesmen. How can someone who believes in God, who believes in Jesus the Messiah is set to return, ultimately end up in bed with a Hindu and a technocratic billionaire who wants to play God? The morals and actions just seem way too far off, where he'll put his religion to the side to advance his own status in his life. Which, hey, fine, go be a rich, powerful dude. No one's gonna stop you. But when you LARP as a Christian, it seems totally disingenuous when you play peekaboo with your faith. Obviously, I don't know this guy personally, or even the working relationship he's had with Peter Thiel, or even the real impact he's had as vice president, but this situation is not up to snuff. Dancing with the religion tells me that he's willing to do anything to advance his status, and I'm sure we can expect even more games with his faith in the future.